In this video, I'm going to show how to build an intelligent document processing solution within Aura Quantic. Before I start with the step-by-step tutorial, I'm going to show you real quick the end result of the key element of this solution, the structured optical character recognition service. For that, I'm going to upload an invoice. It could be any kind of document, for example, a photo taken from a mobile phone of a restaurant receipt. In this case, it was just an invoice. I'm going to process it with the optical character recognition. And we can already see that we are extracting all the data from this invoice. We are getting the invoice ID, we are getting the total tax, we are even getting all the items that were in the invoice. I'm going to show you as well what it is an unstructured OCR. As you can see, we have all the data, but we don't know yet who is the vendor, what is the amount of the taxes. This is something that we are solving with the structured OCR, and we are automatically mapping and getting this data structured. Now I'm going to show you how you can create this application. Take in mind that this could be a solution that you could deploy into an Aura Quantic email connector, so you could start automatically reading all the attached documents that are coming to a certain inbox, and you could analyze and classify all these documents, and of course apply this OCR. For the first step, we are going to deploy the OCR service. For that, we will just go into Microsoft Azure, and we will create the form recognizer resource from there. Now you will just need to select the subscription, the resource group, the region, the name, and the pricing tier. If this is the first time you are deploying this service, you can opt to the free subscription that at this moment gives you 500 pages per month. So now that we have all the data of the resource group where we are going to deploy this service, then review and create. It will check everything, and now we can create it. We will just give it a little bit of time. And once it is deployed, we can go to the resource, click on keys and endpoint, and we can just copy one of the keys so we can use it later with the connector that we are going to build in Aura Quantic. Let's move to Aura Quantic. From the settings page, I'm going to click on connectors, import, and now you are going to select the connector that you could download from the description box of this video. I'm going to store it inside Artificial Intelligence, Image and Vision, and here it is. Once you have exported the connector, the first thing that you will need to do is to paste the key that you just copied from Microsoft Azure in both of the operations. As you can see, we have two operations. The first one will send the file or the document, and the second one will get the results. So in the first one, the second thing that we need to do is to select from which library of documents, from which repository of documents we are going to send the documents for them to be processed. This is as easy as going to repositories, select library, and search for the name of your library. We need to choose the format that we are going to send the documents. For Microsoft, we will be using binary. And then we will need to choose if we want to send all the documents, only the latest versions, or only the latest document. The last thing that you'll need to do is to map the response headers, because in here you will receive the URL where you will need to point the second operation. This field in here, you will need to map it with any kind of text that you have in your process. Let's continue with the next operation, and the first thing that we are going to do here is to map the text field that you just created or selected in the previous operation, so it's part of the URL. For the last step, we are going to get the values that we are getting from the invoice or the document that we just uploaded, and we are going to map them to Aura Quantic fields. Let's make this bigger, and you will just need to follow this JSON structure to map the values to the Aura Quantic fields that you have. For this part, where it says items, you are going to map them to a group of fields, as you can see here. So you will just replace this with the name of your group of fields. and the columns with the name of your columns within this group of fields. As easy as it seems, once you have all the values mapped to your arithmetic fields, you will be ready to start using this connector within your solutions or applications. As an application example, you could just configure two different buttons. One could send the document. As you can see, we are using the first operation that we configured in the connector, and the other one could get the results.